What's going on, guys, and welcome back to DriveHub. And say hello to this, one of the most compelling sports luxury cars on the planet. This is the 2016 BMW M4, a 425 horsepower precision machine and a performance benchmark as to what a sports car should be. Oh, and have I mentioned, it's a manual! Just when you thought it couldn't get any better. Today we're going to dig into the BMW M4 and talk about its features and its impressive performance statistics. Then we're going to give it a little shakedown and see what it's got. And I can already tell it's got quite a bit. Holy shit! You're not going to want to miss this one. Unless, of course, you don't want to see an M4 sliding around. Lame. M4 Series sedan is a work of art suffering from an identity crisis. It's essentially a two-door version of a four-door sedan, but then given four doors again, but you can still get it with two doors. Hey, I'm not going to be the one to argue with them. They're the multi-billion-dollar company, and I'm the idiot with the camera wiping the drool off my face, just gazing at their creation. The BMW M3 was and is still a cult classic in the car world. It was introduced in 1986 with the E30 and has been produced every generation since, with the E36, the E46, the E90, 92 and 93, and the F80. It is a legend, causing enthusiasts to tingle from their visceral engines and to gawk over their rail-like handling. Legendary! BMW cut off the BMW 3 Series Coupe convertible and tagged it the 4 Series, giving birth to the F82 generation. None of the naming bits matter here in this case. The only letter you have to worry about is M. Hand over the 4 Series Coupe to the magicians at BMW's M division, and they'll pump the car up with exalted handling, heavenly powertrains, and daily driver livability, just as they've done with all M cars in the past. Now, the M4 is available as a coupe or a convertible. This coupe is finished in mineral white, and I love the black and white exterior sheen on this. Looking at the M4, you can tell it's not your standard 4 Series coupe. You get an aerodynamic body kit with flared fenders and a power dome hood. It rolls on 19-inch staggered width alloy wheels wrapped in performance rubber. Peeking through, you see the M-Spec performance brakes. At the rear, one of my favorite things on many things, you can see the sport exhaust with the big quad tailpipes. And up top, even the roof is made from carbon fiber to lower the center of gravity. The trunk lid, drive shaft, and cradle that the engines sit in are all carbon fiber as well. Speaking of carbon fiber, this car is bone stock with the exception of these carbon fiber bits, such as the rear spoiler and the front lip from Turner Motorsports. And at the front, and one of my favorite features, is the adaptive full LED headlights. They look good when they're on, but put on just the angel eyes and you've got a seriously menacing front end. And as sexy as it is, it's even got a big boot. Lift the trunk lid and you discover ample room for storage. And if that's not enough room, flip a switch and the back seats fold down for even more room. Usable and damn good looking this car is. It's the same story with the interior, and it's prevalent the minute you sit your butt down in these sporty seats and hear the solid thud of a proper German-built door. In front of the driver is this amazing wheel. It's got just the perfect amount of girth to hold on to for dear life as you drift way more sideways than you were hoping. The gauges are classic BMW and are some of the best in the industry in my opinion. They are crystal clear to view just how much over the speed limit you're going. Moving to the center, you have the upgraded version of the iDrive system, which comes standard on all M4s. That's projected on this nice 8.8-inch widescreen display. I wish mine was that big. My screen, that is. This is the all-new touchpad interface for easy navigation throughout the infotainment system. Moving back to these seats now, these are just sublime. They are wrapped in this classy red perforated merino leather and finished with the M logo that even lights up at night. A very cool touch. They are marvelously supportive and very configurable with their 10-way adjustments, so just about anyone can get comfortable behind the wheel of the M4, even a 6'5" twiglet like me. And if you get chilly behind the wheel, don't you worry. The seats are heated and so is the steering wheel. The rear seats, if you can even call them that, are left best for friends under the height of 1.5 feet or cargo. Most likely cargo. There is one interior feature I forgot to mention, and it's this one, the M button. Press that and your fancy comfy little BMW just turned into a full-blown race car on the street. Jeez, It allows you to put the car into Sport or Sport Plus as opposed to the boring Eco mode. What's that? You can choose just how stiff you want the car to be, from its steering feel and its damping settings. Throttle response is also adjusted to become more touchy-feely. Oh, be careful with traction control off though, because this can be a handful. This can be a bit of an animal if you don't pay attention to it. Oh, struggling for traction. Holy shit. It is rear-wheel drive and not lacking power by any means. At all. It's so fast! Struggling for traction again! I am not going to tell you how fast that was. You can also see just how fast you're going on this heads-up display, so you don't even have to look down at that handsome gauge cluster. That display can read off your speed, RPMs, vehicle warnings, etc., all on its full color display. There's no getting around the fact that this thing is proper fast. Now, who we have to thank for all that power and excitement and little bit of pee in our pants is this. This is the 3-liter straight 6-cylinder engine injected with air by twin turbochargers. It develops 425 horsepower and 406 foot-pounds of torque. Yes, the older generation BMW M3 had a 4-liter V8, I know, but with less weight than a V8 to help handling, this straight 6 makes more horsepower. And that is, well, better. It points this car to 60 miles an hour in just 4.1 seconds as per BMW's claim, but car and driver got it down to 3.7 seconds. It takes me longer to say 60 miles an hour than it takes this car to reach it. The dual clutch automatic with launch control can get there in 3.9 seconds, but any day of the week I would rather have this slower, well, barely 6-speed manual. That is intoxicating. That straight 6 delivers power from practically anywhere. Flatten the throttle at any revs and the thing just darts away, surging on a wave of torque. It will eventually propel this 3,500-pound sedan to a top speed of 167 miles an hour. Go into the infotainment system here, and in the settings, you can have the iDrive display the current horsepower and torque you're using. Now this is a twin turbo, and those turbos usually like to mute the note that exhaust creates. So BMW has made up for it by pumping fake simulated artificial noise through the speakers into the cabin. Yeah, nope. It's gonna be a big hell no for me.
Boo! You stink!
The exhaust note on this car is very, well, unique. There's no tone per se, it's just noise. Regardless, that's not a bad thing, and I am in no way complaining. It's sort of raspy, as BMW M cars of old have always been. Keeping tradition then, and I like that when you hear it, you know what it is. Point the M4 into a bend and you won't be disappointed either. The handling is impeccable, and this is by far one of the best handling cars that I've ever driven. The suspension is track tuned but not too rough for public roads. Those fat tires help stick the car to the tarmac, and the torque vectoring differential adds and subtracts power from each wheel and makes cornering an absolute gem. How is it gripping? The M-Spec performance brakes are plentiful, very plentiful, once you realize that you're going way too fast. Which happens often in this, very often. This car really is sublime. This interior is absolutely fabulous, it's comfortable and it's quiet. You hear just a mumble of that straight six engine, and that's what really sets this car apart from its competition. It can be tame and plush and make you feel like you're driving your living room, but the next second it'll rip your face off. And I love that about it. It's going faster than just about everything else, but there's no chaos from inside the cabin. It's just so relaxed and refined. And if you have $50,000 laying around, I would recommend picking one up. I know I would. This thing is incredible. Very, very good car, you. If you're a fan of the M4 or BMW M cars in general, then smash that like button. Be sure to browse the channel and subscribe if you haven't. Catch you guys in the next video. Happy motoring.